Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to another great episode of Retro Collecting 101. I am Mark Flores. We're here at the Finish Line Sports Bar and Grill in beautiful Laverne/Pomona, California, located on White Avenue, where we have our bar arcade and our Retro Respect event. With me here tonight is my special guests, the Radiohead, aka Vince.
Hello.
Chubsy24, and the Don Corleone of Game Swappers, William. William, it's a pleasure to have you on.
It's a pleasure to be on. Thank you.
Thank you for sponsoring Game Swappers. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and get the sponsorship commercial out of the way. Hello, this is Mark Flores from the Mark F Podcast channel, here to let you know that this podcast episode is brought to you by Game Swappers. Come on down to Game Swappers, located at 4520 Holt Boulevard in Montclair, California, to buy, sell, and trade your current and retro video games from Nintendo Entertainment System to the PS4. Keep in mind that if you share any one of my podcast episodes through any form of social media, you'll get 10% off your entire purchase, or you'll get 10% more towards your retro game trade-ins. Follow Game Swappers on Instagram at GAMESWAPPERS. That's GAMESWAPPERS. Game Swappers. Buy, sell, and trade. All right, perfect. So in case you guys have been living under a rock, there's this new device out there called the NES Classic. There's a lot of controversy behind it. There's a lot of divided opinion between them. And personally, the reason I got you guys here for this podcast, I want to get you guys' thoughts on it. What do you guys think about the NES Classic in terms of people, doing their rounds, going early to a Target, going early to a Best Buy, and just getting at least probably one or two, or even just one for themselves. And what input do you guys have on the eBay controversy going on with the NES Classic?
Well, it's nuts, dude. It's crazy. I mean, if you wanted one that bad, you got to do what you got to do. You got to wake up early. Mm-hmm. And you just scour, get on Amazon as fast as you can. But as far as this eBay, it's nuts. Prices are outrageous. You could buy the games complete in the box, every single one, with a complete console for what they're asking on eBay, and you could still save the money in the end. Yeah,
and you'd still come up on top.
Yes,
and have them all collected in. The other thing that the other point that I wanted to add with that as well, Vince, is that people's determination, like every time I talked to somebody that saw that I actually got one of the NES Classics, they said, well, when I went to Target at 8 o'clock or when I went to Target at 10, they were all sold out. I was like, yeah, they are sold out because of the demand of them. There's going to be a lot of people that want them. And there's certain motivators to get people out to go get these consoles.
This happens every single time. It happened with the Xbox One. It happened with the PS4. To a lesser extent, it still kind of happened with the Wii U. Yeah, it was a little easier to find, but in the end, people still wanted one, and there was a few people who still didn't get it. But
it was just popular by demand.
It's all demand, and it's just people want them, and there's people that they're going to want to buy them and have them for themselves, and what we're going to be probably getting into a little bit is if there's going to be people who want to make some nice little coin off of these things.
Yeah. Now, Will, when you posted the whole all of the individual Game Swapper help that you have, got about 5 of the consoles?
Yes.
And you had to, instead of receiving compliments on it, you had to defend yourself in the firefight on Instagram. What was your? Would you have any input as far as to go about the NES Classic?
On that aspect of what we're talking about right now, I think it's disgusting. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say that is because nowadays people get really jealous. They get really jealous because you took the time, meaning me and you and whoever else we had over there, to get up at 5:30 in the morning, go on a line and wait for something because somebody else didn't want to go do it. Mm-hmm. It was really disgusting because people want to sit there and make comments of, scalpers this, and you guys are, you're the reason why we can't get one. And the comment that somebody said about you.
Oh, yeah.
that you. I don't know if you want me to say it, but
Oh no, I got. There was a post on a Facebook group page that just basically was calling me like this. Thanks to me specifically on the post because they screenshot my Instagram profile. They said this douchebag. Thanks to this douchebag, there's no copies for anyone. So I took all 300 copies in the Southern California. I
You
guess
bought up all 100 million that were ever made.
guys are end up calling me like, "Oh, this guy's a fag," this and that, and so we all got our fair share of trying to defend ourselves, but.
But it's okay for somebody else to go and buy 3 or 4 and post them, and it's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. I mean, you either have to be really lazy, or how do you say? I understand people that have to go to work. My situation is different from somebody else.
Yeah.
Like me.
And I will, me and you and other people were able to go in line and, to go get one. And I know some people that can't do that, and I understand that. But the people that have the time to go do that, and they get mad because you're the ones that going over there and getting it, and they're not. Like, grow up, man. Stop. Like, we're adults here.
Exactly.
We need to act like adults.
The way I see it, if I would have went with you guys, I mean, I really wanted to go, but there would have been 6 of them there.
Here's the thing. I work at a store that sells them, obviously.
Okay.
I could have been an asshole, just like how everybody wants to assume things. I could have became a scalper, for instance. I didn't even have a chance to even get this NES that everybody waited in line for.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine, Will, was able to actually get one for me. People assume things right off the bat when they don't pay attention to what's going around. If Will, like he explained in the Instagram video, that the crew, basically everybody that works there, was able to get one. Yeah. Automatically, people assume that Will was a scalper, and people were saying, fuck you, and excuse my language, but people were just saying things that should have never been said.
Yeah, with insults going like that, it's either someone was firing back insults, or then they felt like the victim. Like, why couldn't I get one?
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say too. Is like, I think what people fail to see is that they were purchased with a group and as a group, rather than just one guy. I got 5 of these.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna cut you guys off to make this
cool.
simpler. Who cares if somebody scalps them? Everybody's entitled to make their money.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I'm thinking about. It's like, of course, the ones that we bought, we got them for the crew. I'm not making money off of these ones right here. I didn't resell them or do anything like that. No. I live in a philosophy of everybody's entitled to make their money.
Exactly.
If somebody's there to get there early and they're able to buy these things, buy 10 of them and make the money, then do it. I'm not gonna get mad. I should have been the one in front of that guy. Yeah, so why are you mad at that person for doing his part of getting up and doing this, like I said, getting up and buying them?
Exactly.
If you're mad about that, you should have got your ass up and went yourself. Got there earlier.
Exactly.
So why are people so mad about this? I mean, is it because people are so greedy that they don't want us to succeed, or they don't want this person to succeed, or their life is so miserable that they want nobody else to succeed?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Like, and I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. We're adults. We need to act like adults, not like little kids.
Yeah. Exactly. The immaturity ends up showing when envy goes hand in hand with it.
I mean, the way how some of these comments are, it's like literally, if this was face to face, it would probably like fist fights would be breaking out. I mean,
it'd be a different ball game. I can agree with you.
I mean, the verbal, well, not verbal, but the comments, it's nuts, dude. It's like they're arguing, this, F you, blah, 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 it's just.
But you know what?
Nuts.
The thing I liked about it is because it's controversy, sorry. Mm-hmm. We got so many views on our pictures and so many comments that it's like we're the topic.
Yeah.
And just because you guys have the hatred, you guys made us more irrelevant. You made our name more out there. So the people that want to hate, go ahead and keep hating, because you just keep putting our name out there and making us more out there.
Make us more known.
Yeah,
people want to find out more about us because of that.
Game Swappers is this because of this or that. Well, I want to see why myself.
Yeah.
And the majority of the time, the people that come and see that, they become one of our customers. So.
And even with all the claims that they end up putting up on your Instagram page or wherever means of social media, they end up being false.
Yeah.
They end up being false at the end of the day. It's just...
Or you know what it is, and I'm not a person to beat around the bush.
Yeah.
If it is something that has happened, it's because maybe something that happened when I first opened the store, which is over 2 years ago.
No.
And any business person, any business owner would know that we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I'm one to admit the mistakes that I've done. And I was young, business owner. So if people want to keep bringing up stuff that happened in the past, then keep doing it, because you keep putting Game Swappers out there, and I love it.
Your current reputation would put, what happened in the beginning to shame now.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. Other than that, guys, do you guys have any final thoughts on the NES Classic? Do you guys think Do you guys think Nintendo's going to keep up with the demand? What do you guys? Because I would assume that Nintendo is taking a look at eBay, taking a look to see that we have to get a lot more out there.
They'll put more out there.
Yeah, they'll put more. I think they will. I mean, if they don't,
they've done this with many consoles. Okay, and this is another thing. These people that are paying so much money for this thing,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you're paying so much money for it, but you shouldn't.
I got one word that proves that there'll be much more consoles being produced. Just one word: Christmas.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Christmas
time.
People are going to want this thing to buy for their kids, or heck, even for themselves for Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously, it's in huge demand now, and it's going to be in huge demand for Christmas.
Good. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for having the time to actually be on Retro Collecting 101. It was long overdue. William, I want to thank you for coming along as well. Guys, this has been Retro Collecting 101. I want to thank you guys for tuning in.